Das Endgame von Path of Exile 2 ist nicht von dieser Welt, Leute. Ja, ich werde mal auf die große Vorstellung vom POE-Channel heute mal reagieren und ich will noch ein paar Worte dazu sagen. Erstens, alle Leute, die zurzeit Throne and Liberty Videos machen, wie aus Magie, puff, sage ich euch jetzt schon, werden die ziemlich bald Path of Exile 2 Videos machen, weil es der nächste große Trend sein wird. Kann ich euch jetzt schon sagen. Zweite Sache, was wollte ich noch sagen? Achso, ja. Diablo 4 Endgame, wenn du das mal damit vergleichst, was hier schon im Early Access geboten wird. Ich würde mal sagen, Diablo 4 hat die Gruppe verlassen. Und Leute, ich bin vom Fach. Ich habe Diablo 3 gespielt, Jay Wilson, We Doubled It, Real Money Auction House. Ja, ich bin von der Materie. So, dann noch zum Release von Path of Exile 2. Early Access Anfang Dezember, muss man aber für zahlen. Der Free-to-Play-Release 2025 steht, glaube ich, noch nicht fest. Wahrscheinlich je nachdem, wie Early Access läuft. So, jetzt können wir endlich ins Video jumpen.
Now, we are not going to spoil the plot too much here, but corruption from the beast has blighted the land, and your objective is to help fight it. In the center of the atlas you will find the Ziggurat, a temple in which the Val research the fundamentals of space and time. Here, we can open portals to nearby locations and begin cleansing corruption and finding resources.
Also was ihr hier seht, ist der Atlas mit der Übersicht, wo ihr dann überall in die einzelnen Maps reindiven könnt sozusagen. Und da gibt es ein paar richtig geile.
In order to power the portal device, we will need waystones. Each waystone has a tier which will determine the level of the monsters that you will face. To go to an area, simply click one that is adjacent to an area that you have already completed. Insert the waystone and click Traverse. Portals will open, allowing you and your party to travel to the area you have selected. All the areas in the endgame feel distinct from the locations in the campaign, and we have dialed the randomization up to 11.
Das Hack and Slay Gameplay sieht auf jeden Fall sehr geil aus. Ich weiß schon, ich habe diesen Sommer sogar so ein Dev-Interview von denen gesehen, wo die so ein bisschen erklärt haben, wie die so die Szenerie der Maps und so gestellt haben. Und irgendwas war mit Neuseeland. Ich glaube, die haben sich wirklich so die Landschaft von Neuseeland angeschaut und viel davon irgendwie einfließen lassen. Das weiß ich noch. Weil damals hatte Asmongold schon als einer der ersten darauf reagiert und dann wurde das Thema schon so big mit Path of Exile 2. Wo bald jeder deutsche YouTuber, Gaming-YouTuber drüber reden wird mit diesen OMG-Face-Thumbnails, die anscheinend gut Klicks bringen. Oh mein Gott, ist das die beste Klasse in Path of Exile 2? Oh!
Monster packs you will face in each map are totally random, and the combination of them can lead to some very interesting combat situations. There are over 400 monster types in early access, and they have a lot of varied and interesting abilities. Depending on which combinations you face, you might find some serious challenges. In order to cleanse the corruption from the area, you will need to defeat all the powerful rare and unique enemies in it. Once you have done that, the area will be marked as completed and you will be able to travel past it to progress deeper into the world. If you die, then the map can no longer be run, and you will have to find another way around to get to the areas behind it. There are also all kinds of other random encounters you might run into as you play maps. One such encounter are precursor artifacts. These are ancient, corrupting monuments that irradiate the monsters around them. The monsters that feed off the corruption are drawn to their power. If you defeat the monsters and cleanse the artifact, you will get a powerful temporary buff. Some of the buffs make you faster, others rain lightning or fire around you, and some even give you increased experience or help you find better items. You can also find strong boxes. These enigmatic chests guard piles of treasure, but are always a trap. Monsters lie in wait to attack you the moment you open it, and the boxes often have mechanisms to unleash powerful spells or dangerous debuffs. There are different types of strong boxes containing different items, and you can even use your currency items to craft them on the fly, so you can optimize the contents. But be careful of opening one you can't handle. Sometimes you'll discover monsters frozen in essences, solidified crystalline corruption. These dangerous monsters can be broken free. If you defeat them, the essence they drop can be used to upgrade normal items to magic items with a guaranteed mod from a category.
Jo, die Kommentare unter dem Video waren übrigens auch absolut wild, das müsst ihr euch mal durchlesen. Die meisten Leute haben geschrieben, die Vorstellung vom Endgame, der Early Access Version von Path of Exile 2, bietet mehr Endgame als das Diablo 4 Endgame. Diablo 4 hat die Gruppe verlassen.
For example, we could use this one on some boats to ensure a movement speed mod. Rarely, essences will also drop that allow you to upgrade magics to rares, adding the guaranteed mod. This is incredibly powerful since it allows you to get a second deterministic mod in your crafting projects. Combining these with the currencies that are commonly found in Rayclast for modifying items, and we can get a very nice pair of boots indeed. Waystones, like all items, can also be crafted using your currency items. Adding prefix mods will improve the rewards, while suffix mods increase danger. The more dangerous a map is, the more waystones will drop. Adding mods to your waystones is key to progressing to higher tiers and sustaining them, but it will require you to take on larger challenges. There are a variety of factors you have to consider when crafting your waystones. Some maps will have higher density, some lower, some have more magic and rare chests, or monsters, some are more linear, and others more open. Make sure you explore and think about what makes certain maps good if you want to.
Jo, ist das die Necromancer-Klasse? Weil ich habe ganz viele Kommentare gelesen, dass sich Leute eben diese Klasse wünschen und sieht so ein bisschen danach aus, wa?
Maximize your returns. As you cleanse corruption from higher and higher tiers of the Atlas, you will gain points that you can spend in the Atlas tree. This tree allows you to
Jo, jedes Mal, das ist so ein richtiges Path of Exile-Meme. Jedes Mal, wenn die Leute die Skill-Trees und Eigenschaften-Trees und was weiß ich noch für Trees sehen, Alter, das ist so ein richtiges Meme schon von dem Spiel einfach. Weil es halt ein bisschen mehr Tiefe gibt als ähnliche Games.
Use the danger and rewards of all areas in the endgame. You could increase the number of monsters, the number of rares, the number of precursor artifacts or strongboxes, even the quantity of item drops. As you explore the endgame world map, you'll notice various different biomes, from snow-capped mountains to dense jungle valleys. Most maps are restricted to certain biomes. As you continue to explore deeper into the Atlas, there are all sorts of things to discover. These cities are constructed by different peoples of Rayclast, and have specific items that can be found there. These strange structures marked on the map don't appear to do anything for now. Perhaps you'll work out how to use them later. You might find unique maps like Untainted Paradise, an undisturbed island full of beasts that give an extreme amount of experience. You may even find a lonely man just enjoying his retirement who will give you a unique item for free. In addition, you can find special areas.
Also ich muss sagen, die Insel sieht jetzt schon wie eine meiner Lieblingsmaps aus. Also die wird geil sein zu erkunden.
That would make a good spot to set up camp. Clear these areas of their hostile inhabitants, and you'll be able to claim them as your own hideout. You can decorate your hideout as you see fit, and invite various NPCs to join you there to create your own personal base of operations.
Wie, man kann seine eigene Base bauen mit so NPCs und so? Hä, die Funktion kann ich noch gar nicht. Ist ja geil.
A great tool for exploration are towers. These mysterious precursor constructs are dotted around the Atlas. Completing the tower will reveal a large area around it, allowing...
Weiß jemand von euch, was für eine Grafik-Engine die verwenden? Weil es sieht nicht aus wie Unreal Engine. Ich habe nämlich Palworld und natürlich Throne and Liberty gespielt und das ist Unreal Engine. Das sieht so ein bisschen nach was eigenem aus, wa?
You to scout out your next challenge. There are lots of things to find, so keep looking. Some sections of your Atlas are influenced by corruption. This adds extra modifiers to the maps in the region, increasing difficulty and rewards. Here, slaying monsters in close proximity to each other will cause the vestiges of corruption within them to merge together, forming powerful and grotesque abominations. You may have noticed while looking at the Atlas that some of the areas have these icons above them. The icon indicates that the area contains some kind of special encounter. This icon indicates that the area has a powerful boss. Because only 1 in 4 maps contain a map boss, we are able to make them very powerful and very rewarding. These bosses come from the campaign, but have had their difficulty increased with changes to AI and some of their abilities. It's worth noting that because you can see where the bosses are, you can choose to take them on or avoid them. If you...
Yo, ich habe wirklich schon lange keine Game-Vorstellung mehr gesehen, die so Lust auf das Spiel macht. Das haben auch viele in den Kommentaren geschrieben. Das ist ja wie Weihnachten, ja, die Vorstellung, die du hier siehst. Die Maps sehen geil aus, die Aktivitäten sehen geil aus. Ich glaube nicht, dass man hier schnell Langeweile hat in dem Spiel. Wird, glaube ich, gut. Und ich kann auch Leute verstehen, die für den Early Access bezahlen. Denn erstens, irgendwie müssen die ja Geld verdienen. Das habe ich mich sowieso gefragt, wie die dann mit dem Free-to-Play-Modell Geld verdienen wollen. Ja, das ist nämlich eine spannende Frage. Gibt es dann Cosmetics wieder oder wie soll das laufen? Ich hoffe nicht, dass man sich Power kaufen kann. Ja? Deswegen Respekt an alle, die Early Access kaufen. Also für mich ist es so, ich habe mit Throne and Liberty und League eigentlich noch genug zu zocken. Deswegen werde ich Early Access auslassen, sehr wahrscheinlich. Auch wenn es schon sehr verlockend aussieht, muss man schon sagen. Aber danke an alle, die dann auch da was kaufen sozusagen.
If you do choose to hunt bosses though, then you will be rewarded with special points for the boss hunting section of the Atlas skill tree. The points here will allow you to specialize in boss killing, giving you much greater rewards for defeating them. For each different type of content in the endgame, we are adding specialized trees in order to make it so you don't feel the need to respec your points when you change between different types of content. We will be showing you 7 of these by the end of this presentation, so there is still a lot more to come. Bosses are not the only icon you will see on the Atlas. Let's take a look at one of the endgame systems, Breach. If you played POE 1, you might be familiar with Breach. For POE 2, we have created sequels to several POE 1 leagues. While the mechanic is familiar, the monsters, bosses, rewards, and progression are all new. A breach is a tear in the fabric of reality. Opening it will allow you to see the demons and otherworldly monstrosities that lie in wait on this other plane of existence. By engaging with a breach, you'll create a bridge between their world and Rayclast. In order to keep the breach open, you will need to kill the demons that pour forth. The faster you can kill the monsters, the more monsters you will fight, and the more loot you will find. You can also find clasped hands that will open and drop more items if you run over them. These can be a good boost to the rewards of the breach, so keep an eye out. One of the rewards that you may find while fighting monsters from Breach are tablets. Tablets are special items that can be used with precursor towers to add more encounters to the Atlas. Breaches will drop breach tablets. Clicking on a completed tower will allow you to consume the tablet to add more breaches to areas within range of the tower. This makes all the content in the Atlas self-sustaining. Want to do more breaches? Find the tablets, add them to your towers, get more breaches, getting more tablets. Soon your Atlas will be covered in otherworldly domains. In addition, like all items in PoE, you can craft them. Use your currency to add mods to your tablets, allowing you to upgrade all the breaches in range. Tablets can have up to 2 mods. These mods do things like adding extra rare monsters, extra clasped hands, or even monster density of breaches, allowing you to keep them open longer. Often you will find multiple towers near to each other with overlapping areas of effect. This can allow you to really juice the mechanic by stacking the mods from multiple tablets. In your fight to hold the breach demons at bay, you may want to use the powers of their world against them. Each in-game mechanic always has player power that can only be gained from that mechanic, and Breach is no different. In Breach you will find catalysts, items that can increase the quality of rings and amulets by improving specific mobs. You can also find Breach Rings, a special base type that can have its quality improved by catalysts up to 50%. In this case, you could create a ring with around 170 life. Breach Rings can become some of the strongest rings in the game, giving you some good motivation to face the demon hordes. In addition, each endgame mechanic needs to have a pinnacle endgame encounter. While killing breach monsters, you may find breach splinters. Collect enough of these and you'll be able to create a breach stone. Using a Vaal technology called the Realm Gate, you can use your breach stone to access their domain and bring the fight to them. In this twisted domain, you will find nothing but a single massive breach. Triggering it will reveal hordes of breach inhabitants. And should you be fast enough, you will be able to fight their leader, Zesht. We that are one.
We that dreamed. We in nightmare. We that are one. Fate relies
Ja, der Boss nimmt einfach nur Damage und POE 2 Endgame so tief. Ich habe jetzt nicht mal die Zeit, mir alles anzuschauen, Leute. Ich verlinke euch das Video unten, wenn ihr euch die ganzen Details anschauen wollt. Für ein Longform-Content-Video hat das unglaublich viele Aufrufe schon. Klar, du kannst ja zum Beispiel sagen, der und der Diablo-Trailer hat mehr Aufrufe oder so. Das kann man bestimmt sagen. Ja, das ist hier ja wirklich 1 Stunde 20 Minuten richtig tief eingetaucht ins Gameplay und so. Und das hat schon jetzt über 1 Million Aufrufe, Leute. Ja, verlinke ich euch unten, wenn ihr es im Detail anschauen wollt. Wie bereits gesagt, ich kann Leute verstehen, die sich den Early Access holen. Sieht schon wirklich sehr, sehr gut aus. Ich werde noch ein bisschen warten. Und ich sage euch jetzt schon, alle Content Creator, die vorher über Throne and Liberty geredet haben, puff, wie Magie werden die zufällig bald alle über Path of Exile reden. Ja, aber es geht immer darum, den nächsten Trend zu jagen. Klicks, ihr versteht's. Bis zum nächsten Video. Ciao.